Write me a 58 key script about writers using ChatGPT. Yet one extra thing to know, I actually had to speed that up. It took something like 15 seconds for ChatGPT via Bing to tell me no. Hello, I'm William Gallagher and this is 58 Keys, which as always, is for writers like you and me who use and who write on Macs and iPhones and iPads. I do subscribe because, well, there's so much to talk about, but of course, if you listen to people now, basically people who can't write, artificial intelligence, it's going to put us, you and me, out of work. So we'll have nothing else to do but talk. If there's a bit of you that quite likes that, well, just keep it between us. Listen, I have not come to bury artificial intelligence and the new ChatGPT. I came to this excited, really excited about the future more than this. I mean, I've already interviewed many AI artists, and as different as every one of them were, at some point they would all tell me that ultimately AI was another tool for them. It was another paintbrush or another pen that they were using. And most of them actually were using the same types of AI systems, but their outcomes, their results, their art was entirely different. Now I've used ChatGPT. I think that same thing, the tool, that's the right description for us as writers, or rather, it's going to be the right description. I think it's going to be the same for us. It'll be the new pen, the new tool, the new paintbrush. At the moment, it's more of a fun toy that does actually have some useful elements. I don't know now that I will turn back to it for anything, but I've tried every now and again, and I do know plenty of people that do. In fact, basically I knew I could. I know you can. Enough. Let me show you some examples of excellent things that ChatGPT does, good things that it does, and then most things that it does. We'll start with excellent. Why not? Actually, give ChatGPT credit straight off the bat. It got me to sign up for a Microsoft Bing account. I never thought that could happen. First time I ever used Bing, it was setting up a PC, and Windows said, oh, do you want to use Google for your searches or do you want to use Bing? I said Google, so it gave me Bing, and I thought, oh, that's what it's going to be, is it? Never looked at Bing again. But anyway, Bing now includes ChatGPT as one of its search options, or it does in a test version. There's a waiting list to get on it, but I got on it quite quickly. It's not out for everyone yet, but of course it's coming. Yeah. You saw me ask it to write a script for this 58 Keys YouTube series, and it failed. But what is 58 Keys? It's quite like that. Okay. Who is William Gallagher? Who am I? Yeah. Now, there are a lot of William Gallaghers in this world. There is not one pixel of a chance that I am the one who comes up for anybody, whoever it is, searching for my name at any point, any time. Yeah. Instead, ChatGPT, it's leveraging information I didn't explicitly tell it, such as the fact that my name is William Gallagher. It knows that because to use it, I've had to log into a Microsoft account to run it at all. So it has that information, so it uses it. But that's good. Context is what really makes the difference between this ChatGPT searching and the Google searching, or the Bing searching if you must, that you're used to, DuckDuckGo as well. Regular searches parse sentences. I love that word, parse and parsing. It means going through the sentence, or whatever it is we've typed, sets of words, probably a sentence, given that it's us as writers, and picking out specific parts that can be acted on. So if I went to Google and I typed, what is the best chocolate? I may have done that, may not. Google may, well, I don't exactly know how Google works, but what it may do, what it probably does, is a version of this. It works through that sentence I've typed and it fixes on the words best and chocolate. It can throw away the rest of that sentence entirely. It has parsed out what it needs to give us what we want. I mean, that's smart, and it's done well enough for us for a really long time, but it's always one and done. Ask this, get a result. Ask something else, get that result. ChatGPT pulls in other information sources that its algorithms thinks are relevant, such as my name, yeah, but also say the time zone my device is in. I live in England. If I ask for something to do with Birmingham, it's unlikely to look up Atlanta's Birmingham first. But the thing with this is that it also remembers. Actually, look at this example because I was really impressed with this. Well, the second part anyway. I asked ChatGPT how to escape writer's block. Now, I do want to say you don't get engineer's block, do you? You don't get doctor's block. Well, hopefully you don't, but enough writers are convinced in themselves and the world that being stuck for the next word is a condition. And I need to say, actually, I was a bit stuck. I struggled there with the word escape. Was it the right one? I thought, no, but it would do. So I did it. And this is what happened. I don't actually care about the answer of writer's block, but look, you can see ChatGPT. Well, it checked Wikipedia just as you or I might. Also, by the way, actually, I do care that it's really slow. Seriously, if I didn't speed up every answer you see here, this edition of 58 Keys worked out to be just under 3 minutes longer. Anyway, this is the bit I really liked. What would have been a better word than escape in my question? So let's look at that. Yeah, it just ran a thesaurus search, didn't it? But it saw that I said in my question and it remembered the question. So it gave the word back to me, the suggested words in what could be my question again. I mean, apparently right now it only remembers for a bit. The joke I'm hearing is that you could tell a ChatGPT doctor that you're allergic to penicillin and it will remember that, and then forget it. And at some point, prescribe you penicillin. I'm actually not that fussed about that. The fact that it remembers at all is fantastic, and you know it's going to get better for it. So remembering what you asked for, remembering how, basically continuing the conversation, excellent. And this is pretty good, I think. It couldn't write me a script, but instead I asked for some ideas about 58 Keys videos about writers using Macs. I could have gone for iPhones and iPads as well, but I just said Theory and Macs. And this is what I got. There's nothing there that's startlingly great, but there's also nothing bad there. It's a decent enough list of ideas. You could actually have done some of them. I don't know all of them. Only you and I, right, are talking today about ChatGPT, and as we talk right now, I don't know what to call this video when it goes up on YouTube. So what else can you do? What shall I call my 58 Keys episode about ChatGPT? I see you were interested in 58. Yeah, that's not a good start. That's how that's how a poor writer starts off an article about a subject. So you want to know about smart light bulbs and chocolate? Yeah, no. Oh, and that first one, that first suggestion. No, come on. How ChatGPT can help you write better dialogues. Dialogues. Plural. Okay, I suppose there are dialogues of the dead, aren't there? Maybe ChatGPT is more steeped in literary history than I am, but yet no, dialogues. What's the plural of bollock? Anyway, then that second one there, that's just hyperbolic, and I don't think the hyperbole is yet justified, so let's do it. I might change my mind, but for now, let's have a look at item number 3. So, tap, I'll have item number 3, please. Sounds like a game show. Anyway, yeah, you and I are writers. ChatGPT is not a writer, and I suspect, well, I know it didn't, but I think you did have the same thought I did. Okay, so how does our new overlord respond to that? Well, so that's titles which are poor ideas that, okay, not bad, could be all right. Let's do this. Let's put ourselves, as writers, out of work completely. Tell me a story. Okay, actually I had to really skip ahead here because it starts asking you questions. What sort of story would you like? And yeah, whatever. Got 10. Eventually, here's a bit where it starts writing the story. Yes, ChatGPT can write stories. It does hit a word count limit shockingly quickly. You're not going to get it to do your novel for you, but it can knock out a tale for us with practically no prompting. Except, I'm sorry, that story scrolled by a bit quickly for you, but I wound it back and I read it, and I don't know what else to say. It's crap. ChatGPT writes a story the way ChatGPT does everything, the way it was built to do everything. It pulls in information that you could find online with enough regular searching, and it puts that detail together in an intelligent-ish form. It works to form coherent sentences, at least. So that story it created, yeah, it's coherent. It has sentences, but it's so far away from writing stories that I'm deeply disappointed, actually. I mean, I know it will get better, but this software is always going to work the same way. So the results are probably always going to be limited in the same way. There'll be other software, there'll be more software and so on. But for right now, for today, ChatGPT story it's what you would get. No offense here to new writers at primary schools, but from a new writer at a primary school. Right? I suppose it has a plot, or at least a very, very slight beginnings of one. It has character names with enough character description, but it hasn't got actual characters. It hasn't got anything at all underneath the words to make you want to read on. Oh, actually, I know what it is. It reminds me of those stories. You know, there's things where stories or films where the audience can vote for the ending. 5 different endings have been written or shot or something. Yet no. The ending of a story is not something you can tack on to the, end. The ending kind of is there from the beginning. I mean, you know this, I can say this to you. Dramatically, right? A character can't just suddenly turn out to be the murderer because an internet poll picks them. And emotionally, a person can't be a murderer just suddenly in the last few moments. They have to have been built up to that or led to it. There has to be reason and characters. It's just a big thing. It's not a puzzle. That's it. Who done it is a puzzle. It's not a story. And anyway, actually, in this case, ChatGPT doesn't even have dialogue. Sorry, dialogues, plural. I know people who are already using ChatGPT for ideas, and I could see that. I've tried it out myself a couple of times. Enough that I'll keep trying it out occasionally, not enough that I've done anything with it. But I think it's like a reverse lookup SEO thing, like search engine optimization. The way you can write on a website what words people are most likely to look for, this kind of gives you those words in reverse. What search terms best fit the question you're asking? What ideas can there be that would use these terms? Right? I don't expect to really see anything from that that's actually new, really new. And if everyone uses ChatGPT the same way for the same things, we're not going to see much new at all. But that's not ChatGPT's fault. It is a remarkable piece of work, which I think can radically improve how we search for information. I mean, since it culls that information from existing sources, I think there's an issue about credit, and that's being addressed, and payment for the writers of the original source, that's not. Hopefully that will all get sorted out. Oh, and the speed of ChatGPT within Bing is agonizingly slow, but you know it will get faster. The thing is, most of all, ChatGPT, AI, it's not a writer, but then we don't need it to be, do we? We've got us. That's it for this edition of 58 Keys. Thank you very much for watching. Now, take care of yourself. Hey, write more yourself, and I'll see you soon.